Blue Exorcist manga is going to be returning in less than 2 weeks, and I am pumped. I honestly cannot believe a full year has passed since Blue Exorcist manga has gone on a break due to the fact that the mangaka was hired to adapt a popular novel into a manga series. We've all been eagerly anticipating Blue Exorcist manga return. We left off at a very big cliffhanger as it sets up Rin versus Satan. I just want to talk about why, for right now, this is not the end of Blue Exorcist, and why Rin is not ready to defeat Satan yet. But before we get into this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. It really does help. And I do want to get back into doing Blue Exorcist stuff, as I will be reviewing the series monthly, so look forward to those videos again. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter for updates on future videos and future content, and just to see what else I'm doing past me doing regular reviews and discussion-based videos. So Blue Exorcist ended over roughly a year ago, and I honestly have to say, like everyone else, as I mentioned, I am hyped for its return, and I cannot wait to see what we have in store for this wonderful series. As we left off at chapter 132 with Rin confronting Satan as part of a plan to essentially take down all of these demon kings and this whole demon army with the members of True Cross Academy and all the different exorcists, along with the allied demons that they have on their side, to take on Satan and his forces. This has all final battle energy. It feels like we're in the end game of the story right now, as Satan has been incarnated once more. He's in the human world, he's in Asya, and he's no longer trapped in Gehenna to talk through Yukio or to manipulate things from the shadows to be resurrected. And now we have all the main characters getting ready to face off against Satan, with Rin being the main bet, saying that he has the powers of Satan's blue flames and he's begun to take control. But here's the reason why Rin is not fully ready to take on Satan. Rin is fairly stronger than he was before, and yes, he has gotten his demon powers under control, but that's the thing, they're under control, but they're not fully his. When Rin seems to be going out of control or letting his flames loose now that he has fully awakened and he doesn't have the full strength of the sword that seals his powers with him, he has to keep his demon side locked up. The power that has been locked up for years, and Rin needs to fully confront that demon side of him in order for the two versions of himself to truly become one. Essentially like a dual personality or superpowered evil side or a demon possession, even though Rin is actually a demon. But if Rin is going to have a chance to take down Satan, someone who's way older than him and has just only continued to grow in power and influence throughout the world, it only makes sense that for him to unleash his full power, he needs to accept fully his demonic powers and make that powers his own without needing to seal it up in threat of it being, well, overtaking him over time, as it has been shown to do, especially with this current arcs. Which is why we are most likely going to get a time skip after this arc. There is no way that we are going to defeat Satan this arc. It has not even been announced that this is the final arc by the mangaka before this whole hiatus thing was brought upon us. How long Blue Exorcist will go on for, I'm not entirely sure. This is a monthly series, so it can go on a lot longer than any of us would have anticipated. But it makes sense, as every major shonen series has some sort of time skip, whether it be a few years or a few months, to get the characters up to speed or potential new threats. Even though they'll still need to do some sort of training, they will have to come to terms with their own powers. As Shiemi in this arc has had her own mini training arc that we've seen glimpses of, and it seems like she is going to be one of the main characters to help out, as she does seem to be in the Grigori Groves from her grandmother, and her strength has grown over this time skip and has a Maimon essentially as her servant now. Shiemi has grown fairly strong and dependable now, and it makes complete sense that she is on the battlefield right now, as the space that she was in essentially is the hyperbolic time chamber. While she's not there for years, she's there for days upon months, perhaps even a full year has passed in there before her coming to the battlefield to take on Satan with Rin and her classmates. And honestly, we need a time skip for this series, because we're definitely not taking out Satan. So Shiemi will probably end up taking advantage of that space that she was in to help her friends train to get up to the levels of a paladin like Arthur is, since he is now fighting, to the level of lightning, to beyond them, as it is still quite shown that they aren't strong enough to defeat these. They're probably roughly on the level, but they haven't surpassed these characters yet. And if they can't surpass those characters, the strongest that True Cross Academy has, then they're going to need to go beyond. Rin and Yukio have to be the ones to take down Satan, as they are Satan's children, and Yukio has grown stronger, and from the context clues of the series, he may very well get his own type of special ability, similar to Rin, but it might not be the similar firepower that Rin has. It might be something that will unlock in this current battle when everyone in their class comes together to fight Satan and help Rin. But this is most likely going to just push Satan and his forces back, as something will most likely happen to cause Satan to leave. As remember, while the immortality serum has been created to fully stabilize the Fujimoto clone that was created so Satan could possess and fully control, the tests aren't 100% stated, and perhaps Satan will still need to acclimate to the body, and too much exertion will cause the body to start to deteriorate and break down, only for the immortality to fix it up again. But until the body and the power can fully stabilize, it's very possible that Satan will have to retreat for now, being unable to take on the full might of the Exorcist Union and newly awakened Yukio's power along with Rin. So yeah, it all boils down to something happening between Yukio and Rin against Satan. Yukio awakening some kind of unbelievable power that will put him on the level of Rin awakening his demon blood to take on Satan, and Satan essentially being unable to finish them off and having to go off and recover to fully acclimate to his new body, and something happening with Shiemi, as we've been getting set up for a while that Shiemi is going to play a major role in this battle, and it's only been teased, as we all know that she's most likely on the battle in the garbs of her family's Grigori status, place, whatever it is. These are factors that we have to take into consideration for the rest of the series, as at the very least, Blue Exorcist is going to go on for another year, maybe two, since it is a monthly series, as I stated, and the previous arcs were the longest of Blue Exorcist's history. And until we get the confirmation that either this is the final arc or the next arc is going to be the final arc, we can't assume that Rin and Yukio and everyone is going to take down Satan in this one arc. And they're not ready. They're still young. They're still technically, they're still X-Wires. They're not even, well, knights. They're not high-ranking exorcists yet. I mean, it makes sense for this type of series that the manga was going for, but in all those types of series, there has to be some sort of time skip. Even if it's fairly short, a few months, it makes sense for him to go through a lot of training, as Rin went through more emotional training to help get his powers under control and to learn more about himself, to come to terms with himself, and even forgive himself, which, if you want me to do a video on the Fujimoto flashback, or just the chapter where Rin encounters the past version of Fujimoto to essentially forgive himself, I want to do videos on those at some point. Like this video and put comments down below if you want me to cover those in the future, because I really do want to cover those, but I want to make sure you guys want to see me cover it. No confirmation that this is the final arc as of this moment, and with how the series is shaping up, we might just get a stalemate, causing everyone to disperse, and it's something to buy the Exorcist more time, but also to make the demons a lot stronger and Satan even more formidable, as he's most likely not going to be at his 100% in this entire battle, thus giving time for the rest of the X-Wires to get stronger and master their abilities, while allowing Rin to master his demonic powers and Yukio to develop his own potentially and master that as well, allowing the brothers to fully come together and take down their father. But yeah, that's kind of my idea of why Rin isn't ready to take down Satan and why we have a time skip coming at some point. What are your thoughts and opinions for the future of Blue Exorcist and your thoughts on the coming arc? Leave your thoughts and opinions down below with theories and opinions and what have you. Do you want me to do more Blue Exorcist content? And like I said, I will do more Blue Exorcist content if you guys would really like to see that. I am planning to restart my Blue Exorcist monthly reviews as soon as the manga starts coming out again, which is next month, so I'm very happy for it. And if there's anything else you'd like me to cover or do for the series, let me know in the comments down below. And with all that said and done, I hope you all enjoyed this little video, and I hope you all have an awesome day.